This is the East Park Podcast. We in first place, the mother shows in last. Got the question of the week coming at you fast. Alcohol on deck, pour me up a glass. We be sounding pretty funny. Laugh until you cramping, you can feel it in your tummy. Shows every week, gotta keep them on deck. Talking hella trash, but with all due respect. We got Kai, Zay, and Chad. Get into the topics like they're getting to the bag. Thank you for your time, now please sit back and relax. The show's about to start, turn the volume to the max. I love me some Skittles, dog.
Really?
I'd say it's probably my top 3 candy for sure.
Alright, top 3 candy, go.
Oh my god, right off the bat, dude.
We stay doing the top
Twix,
3 shit.
my number one.
Ew, what?
Yo,
What?
Twix is so slept on.
Facts, bro, facts.
Twix is slept on.
Hey, Three
Twix
Musketeers.
is plain. What?
No.
Those are both
Now you're
plain.
tripping.
What?
Now you're
Milky Ways?
Milky Way, it
Ways
depends
are probably
on
my top 3.
it
for
depends
sure.
on the day.
Twix
I
are
love
definitely my
I
number
love me a
one.
Reese cup.
I can't eat those.
What?
Feels
oh,
bad.
no shit. And then what's that?
Take 5?
Take 5. How'd you know?
Because you want them and
I
they're
love
like not
Take
anywhere.
5. Okay, so like they replaced Take 5 with like a Reese Take 5, which it's fine, but it's not the original, you know? And I'm sick of it.
You're fed up.
I'm fed
sick
up.
of it.
I'm
Okay.
I
Ron.
can't take this Take 5
Ron,
bullshit anymore, man.
I'm fed the fuck
stop.
up, Ron. Pull your microphone away a little bit, away from your face.
So like,
Probably about right there.
so
what the fuck?
Yeah,
Take
he's
5.
like spiking out.
Oh,
like a motherfucker.
damn, yeah, I see it.
So Take 5. If you're listening to this, just know your girl needs her regular Take 5 back.
Jesus
Thanks.
Christ.
But,
Hey, my name is Xavier.
I knew you were going to do that.
I was in the middle of a drink.
Yeah, too bad you didn't wait to open it.
Kylie, hi, my name's Kylie.
Kylie.
And the not so bad Chad back at it again.
Hey.
Oh, you did it.
As
Dope.
soon
Now we got the mood
as
lights.
the mood lighting hits. You know what's funny though?
Vibes.
First, let me take a sip of this watermelon White Claw. Let me test this out.
Boo.
Whew, that's
Sick, isn't it?
interesting.
Yeah,
But
it's a bad one. Ugh. What is in the bag?
Chad has a fucking bag full of something, bro.
what's in the bag, guys?
Either this dude's a big ass time, like, big time drug dealer, or.
Yeah, it's just a pound of fucking cocaine.
What do you think? What do you guys think?
By the
it
way,
sounds like?
hold on before you do this. We got the episodes that we're missing.
Oh
uploaded.
yeah, they're up. Check
So,
them out.
Yeah, check those out. And this is episode 59. By the way.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
No.
Is this 58 or not?
58. I'm sorry. This is I'm sorry. No, it's definitely 59.
I don't know what to do with it.
It's 100% 59.
I need to frame it.
Episode 59 of the East Park Podcast, and we're about to find out what's in Chad's secret bag.
What's in the bag,
What's in
Chad?
the bag?
Whoa.
You guys
What
take
effects
some
is it?
guesses.
All right, shake it again.
I'm scared. Is it breakable?
No.
It sounds like
Is it in a box?
a
It's not in the
giant
box.
of crayons.
Sounds like you have like Legos or something,
Nope.
or even remotely.
Yeah,
close.
imagine if I just pulled out some Legos on
Bro.
the podcast. You guys want to see
Listen,
my Legos?
I'm not gonna lie. I would be hyped.
You ever hear about my Legos?
I would be hyped.
Really? Hey, sometimes Lego building is kind of dope.
Legos lit, bro.
That is
Honestly,
facts. That is facts.
cancel the podcast. We're playing with Legos
We're playing
today.
with Legos, guys.
Literally.
Right, that was the
Is
Wait,
it edible?
Yes.
Is it edibles?
No, I wish, but no. I fucking wish, dude.
it's edible.
It's almost there.
Is it candy?
Sort of.
Is there some like candy that you can't get?
Is it
No.
CBD chewies?
No.
Oh.
I don't fucking know, bro.
What is it?
This motherfucker got Jello.
I got fucking Jello shots, boys.
This motherfucker got
Here,
Jello.
Here, wait, hold up.
What the fuck?
Well, there's no way that we can't not do this.
How
we
many
have
did you
to.
bring, bro?
Where's the hole,
Who
dude?
made them? Was it Jade's sister?
No.
You made them?
Me and Jade,
Aw, for
And
the party.
we have so fucking many.
Give me a blue guy.
You guys want to guess how much we
Are they
made?
strong? How many?
Yeah, how many we made?
180.
Let me get a blue one. Also.
Fucking 400.
4.
Let me get a blue one too.
Trying to have a rager.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie. Y'all on some trash.
What?
You guys are on some trash.
What do you
That many
mean?
fucking.
Zay's trying to get
Dude,
fucked up.
we're getting fucked up. That's the plan. The last big party we had was here, and it's been so long. I just want to have another one, bro.
Oh, And now Chad can host parties, so we don't have to clean up
Yeah.
the house the next day.
Don't-
Chad gets to clean
hey,
up the house.
I'm not gonna lie. That is my
That's
absolute.
cool.
Oh, whoa. That,
wait, are we
like
cheersing?
wiggled out of his fucking cup.
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
let's go ahead and cheers this.
Cheers.
Air cheers.
Air cheers, boys.
Cheers.
And go.
Yeah, that is the best part about this because I like. It's not often that we get to participate in a party where we don't have a complete mess to clean up the next morning.
Yeah, for real.
And there goes the fun for the podcast. Now we're about to talk about some serious dumb stuff.
Oh my
No, I'm
gosh.
That was good.
I'm kidding.
They're not like too strong, but not too weak.
Those are good. Those
Put
are
the
good.
top back on that.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's just laying it face down. And I'm like, whoa, some drip down and be sticky.
No, that was good.
So yeah,
It.
this week's episode, we're gonna talk about stuff that's going on in the world. Also, I don't know, just kind of like freelance it, the conversation a little bit. We're gonna
Yeah,
talk
just,
about a lot of different things actually.
Did anything
Some
happen
free
this
ball.
week for you guys? Anything
I
you
went
wanna
back to
talk about?
work.
Yay!
Not shit, honestly. I've just been working.
Fam.
Did y'all get rated yet?
Rated? No,
Y'all
dude.
get looted?
We were seriously like scared of it though.
You guys are like
Yeah.
right in the heart of where it was
Exactly,
going on, like for our
exactly.
neighborhood.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised.
It was kind of spooky, but no, not even close to getting rated. So we're chilling.
That's good. Hopefully they keep you guys staffed enough. You don't got to worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't
Oh,
gotta
yeah.
worry
Chapel
about
Hill
it.
got looted.
Yeah, I heard. That's fucking crazy. Dude.
All I
Yeah.
have to say about that is, what the fuck are they looting?
All right, all right. So
There
you
ain't
guys,
nothing to be looted.
to the people that are listening to the podcast and you don't know anything about our area, there's a mall called Chapel Hill Mall, and
It ain't
This
got
mall-
shit.
It's like a dead mall. There's like
It
no
100% is.
stores. Like it's shit.
imagine like, you ever play like Tony Hawk, and they
Yeah.
have like level where you like go
I
skating
know
through the mall.
exactly what you're
It's like that,
talking
bro.
about.
It's
There's
literally like-
literally
it's a ghost
nobody
town,
in the
bro.
mall.
It's a ghost
maybe
town.
maybe like 50 people in the entire mall.
Right. I think the food court, like I think there's only like 2 things open in the food court. There's like
Oh
a party
my
city,
God.
a shoe department, like
Foot Locker.
Foot Locker,
It's
and
in like a back corner though, with
Yeah,
all
I
the
know.
past like
you
closed
gotta walk
stores.
past like 30 stores before
Yeah.
30 closed stores before you actually.
Did
like,
they
get
close
to
that
it.
Victoria's Secret yet? Or is it
Yes.
still open?
Oh
They
Did
did.
they?
my
Yeah,
God.
they closed it a long time
They
ago.
just gotta
Did they?
demolish that building, dude.
They turned like the J.C. Penney or like Kohl's or something like that into like a storage place or some shit like that. Like,
U-Haul or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
U-Haul's taking over, bro.
Yeah, they kind of are.
Facts.
Aren't they taking over that Kmart building?
They already have.
Bruh. That's wild.
They literally turned that into a storage unit place now.
Oh my
That's
God.
wild.
Fucking yeah, there's like a total of like maybe 7 stores like still open in that like mall, the entire mall. And like this used to be a popular ass mall, like
It used
fat
to be
ass carousel
popping,
like in the
yeah.
front. Like I literally used to go to this mall
Huge like decorations and shit.
on a weekly basis.
Yeah.
Like like
Not
when I was
anymore.
in middle school and high school, like coming up.
Whoa.
God
Did you
damn.
hear the
Damn.
fuck out of that?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get back in the studio, bro.
Facts.
We've been chilling up in the living room and it's been cool because it's comfortable as fuck up here. But like, I miss the studio,
The
man.
studio's nice,
I
man.
know.
But yeah, the mall's trash, bro, and it got looted. And apparently there's those like makeshift jewelry stores that are in there.
Yeah.
They hit one of those, and I watched the
Oh.
video of it happening.
Oh, the piercing pagoda?
No, it was some other place.
What the fuck?
It might have been actually.
Piercing pagoda?
Yeah, it's like a kiosk.
Oh no, I
Oh.
think this one was the actual like
Oh, it's like a Jared.
not like a Jared, but it was one of those like unknown like jewelry, like one of those like little known like jewelry stores.
Oh, okay.
It's just like randomly in the mall,
Okay.
but they actually had like a store.
Yeah,
Not
yeah,
like
yeah.
just a little middle of the fucking
gotcha, I
aisle
gotcha.
kiosk or anything like that. And the owner is just like standing there, just like on his phone, calling the cops, like calmly as fuck, while the people just break the glass and
Well, yeah,
take
like
all
what are
the
you
shit.
supposed to do, man?
Like, he literally isn't yelling. He's like, bro, to be honest with you, you're probably doing me a favor for insurance claims right now.
yeah,
so like, take
that's
everything
very
you want.
true.
Because there's really nothing else to take.
And he's
Burn
definitely
this
gonna
bitch
get-
to the ground.
He's definitely copping that insurance claim and then
Definitely.
not opening that store again.
No.
So I was actually hearing something on one of the podcasts I listened to earlier, and that like, you know, like they're doing looting in like New York City and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
So I was thinking like, and they brought up a good point. You might be doing them a favor, like when it comes to like stores like Gucci and like all these like top name brand like stores that are getting like robbed and stuff. So when people go like when you have like a brand that's like that popular and like that like your merchandise
Big,
is worth
yeah.
this much money or whatever.
Fucking
Bougie.
thousands of dollars.
Yeah,
Bougie.
they sell their stuff in seasons, and when stuff goes out of seasons, to keep the value high, they burn
Yeah.
all their old merchandise.
And they don't remake it.
Right. To keep the value high. So when you go in when you go into these stores, one, you're getting an insurance claim on top of you're actually doing them a favor of because they got to pay somebody to burn these clothes.
Oh yeah.
So you're actually doing the work for them. And then they can just turn around and be like, all right, well, new season of this clothing's out because the stuff that was already rare is even more rare now because people have stolen it.
Yeah.
Damn.
So they actually might be making money off of this looting.
Goddamn.
Off of like just purely
More
insurance
rare?
claims.
Yeah, exactly.
And yeah, it makes their clothing more like, yeah, rare in a way. But speaking of looting, there is I was telling Kylie about this. There's a mechanic shop right down the street here. It's like 5 blocks down the street.
I think I know the guy who owns that mechanic shop, by the way.
I think it starts with a K or something like
Kelvingtons.
that. Kelvington's. It's not on the corner. It's like going towards like Elliott almost. Like
Nah, never mind.
and there's a
mechanic over here that I know the owner.
oh okay.
Yeah.
So the owner of this place, I don't know his name. And God swear to God, I wish I did because this would be a good time to like call his name out or whatever. The owner of that shop, I don't know if he was closing up or what the case may be or whatever he was doing. He was at his shop.
Yeah.
And he was in his car, and there was this black kid literally right across the street from his shop, and this was like 2 days ago. Apparently, so the kid was at the bus stop just waiting for a bus,
right?
And then the owner of this shop, or whatever, like was sitting in his parking lot, no farther than we're sitting from like that window back there.
That's not that far,
right? And he's just like watching him.
What the fuck?
Mind you, obviously the kid's black.
Yeah,
like the guy's white, older
Okay.
white guy, and he like watches him for like 15 minutes,
Oh my
and then he like
God.
circles around the block and like comes back. And he pulls up to the kid and he goes like, "Hey, why are you standing here?"
yeah,
And he's like, the kid was like, "None of your fucking business."
yeah. I mean, it's not his business. He's just standing there. He
like
can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, and he, all the while he's saying this, there's a shotgun sitting across his lap.
Oh my fucking god.
So, literally, you're having like a George Zimmerman moment where like somebody's basically seeing somebody doing something innocent and
Criminalizing it.
yeah, criminalizing it. And the guy tried to use like the riots and stuff like that as his like excuse to be scared.
All he said was none of your business.
But look up. There's a fucking bus stop sign.
Yeah,
Like-
exactly. That
Your
too.
goddamn
Like what the
bus.
fuck?
People are fucking dumb.
But it's just wild to me because like you get online and you see people posting that and you look in the comments and it's like,
Dude, I've seen so many videos
Bro.
now recently.
Bro.
It's fucking crazy, man.
bro. And
They all
the way
just-
that people justify the shit that's going
Shit
on
is
is
crazy.
wild.
It is
man.
so wild.
It's so wild.
All I have to say about that situation, and I just said this to you a bit earlier. People of color do not owe you an explanation just for existing. They
That is
don't.
true.
They don't owe you
Exactly.
a reason that they're standing at the bus stop.
That is
They
true.
don't owe you respect. They don't owe you shit just because you're a white dude.
It's not
They
even
don't
a-
fucking owe you.
It shouldn't even have to be a white versus black thing. It's more of like just people in general. Like if I see Chad standing at the fucking bus stop,
Yeah.
I don't feel the obligation to walk up to him and be like, "Hey, what the fuck are you doing standing?"
Yeah,
here?"
like what?
Yeah, but that, like you said, people have a preconceived notion that when they see a person of color, they think that means something.
Violence or,
that
like,
mean trouble.
trouble, right?
Like, that's fucked up. Because if it was
People
Chad
are
at the
messed
bus
up,
stop,
man.
shit wouldn't have been said.
Yeah,
Like, oh, that's a white guy waiting for a bus.
yeah.
Like, just people are so, ugh.
And so like, fucking me and Chad were sitting here in the not here, but over in the sunroom a couple days ago, and we were watching CNN.
Oh my
and we
god.
like, bro, I know
That
you guys
Trump
have definitely,
shit.
you guys have definitely seen this shit already. And if you haven't, you're
Holy-
living under a fucking
the most
rock.
fucking
He took that like walk that he did from the White House to
Yeah.
that church and turned it into a commercial.
oh my.
What?
Yeah, because
A
the White
commercial?
House's Twitter like
For his...
tweeted that.
Like...
Just propaganda.
For his campaign
It's
or
just
what?
it's not even. It wasn't even like it wasn't campaign driven, but it was just a propaganda ass fucking commercial.
You know what really bothers me?
Who?
The fact that dude is literally not religious. Like, when have you ever heard him? But he knows exactly what his followers
His
want to
followers,
see
yeah.
him doing.
It's religion
the fact
and
that, however,
politics.
what's the percentage of this country, like, what percentage of this country is Christian? And then every Christian person is going to look at them, oh, that's my president, Holy Bible, praise Jesus Christ. I ain't talking shit on religion, but like,
We should.
you know this
We definitely
man.
should talk shit on religion.
You know this
I'll talk
fucking
shit
man.
on religion.
It's because it's divisive as fuck.
That's not the thing, though. It's like
This is why I'm agnostic.
most people
Smart.
don't use religion as a way to like validate their hate and their racism. Like
Right.
I know some people do, but like all in all, religion isn't bad for like any general person. In general, religion isn't bad. Like going to church
I
and having
disagree.
a community of people.
I disagree.
I'm just saying.
No, I get what you're saying, but
It can be viewed as a positive thing, and
It
that's it's fucked up because he's using that because he knows it can relate to half of this country.
yeah.
And it's just like, there you go. Now every fucking person who was on the fence is now like, oh, I left. Ugh.
Like growing up,
Ugh.
it was like obviously I lived in the South,
Yeah.
and like for black families in the South, it's like heavily encouraged that you go to church, that you have like God in your life and stuff like that. And like I don't know, like growing up, I was like super different because I like to still keep my mind open to like just different point of views in life and stuff like that. And I honestly was the type of person that always questioned shit.
I completely like. I see where you're coming from. Like I went
Always.
to like Holy Family up until like 3rd grade,
Uh-huh.
and like we would go to church like in the middle of the week and shit and do all that stuff and learn about God.
And did,
Yeah,
did you
I
ever
went to
find
fucking-
yourself where you were just like, even you, like when you were at your like,
Bro, I went to
School, it's
Catholic
like that.
school from kindergarten to 10th grade.
did you ever find yourself like kind of being like, what is this for?
Me myself, no, because I'm very what's the word for it? I'm very impressionable. Like you tell me one thing and I'm like, okay, like I'm like naive or something. It's just like a personality trait. So I never like questioned it until probably 9th or 10th grade
Yeah.
when I was at Hoban, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was
It's
gonna
like
say
cult
like
like you're in a religion class. Like I just something about religion class just isn't right. Like I know you were young, but like having 10 years of just religion classes, like I've read like chapters of the Bible and like tore them apart and like in class. Like it's weird. It's
I mean,
cult like to me.
hey, some of the shit in the Bible is fucked. To be
Yeah.
honest,
Not only is fuck, but it
personally,
contradicts
like
itself.
exactly. Not it does a bunch. It does. It's just it's fucked. This is why I'm agnostic, and I
It's one of those things where like
I like
so
karma personally.
I like that too.
I'm a more like energy based type person. Like there's been countless amount of times where me and Kylie been hanging out or whatever, and like something's been on our mind, and I'll be like, yo, your energy is like shifting right
Yeah.
now. I can feel something wrong. Also, I'm like on a different aspect of like energy wise, whatever. I mean, like prime example. If I'm doing something and I don't finish the job the way I feel like I should have,
Yeah.
in the back of my mind, that energy is there saying, in the future, you're going to have to deal with something that involves this again.
Yeah.
And almost 9 times out of 10, it always fucking happens.
Really?
Always fucking happens.
Weird.
And like, it's helped me grow as a person
Yeah.
because like now I can, when I get that feeling, I'm like, all right, let me go back and go over what I think I might have missed or something like that.
Yeah.
Like whether it's doing a job, whether it's how I treat somebody, whether it's like, in a way, it's kind of like what you're saying. It's kind of like karma because what I dish out is going to come back. Towards me.
Yeah, I love karma. Like, and I don't know how I feel about the whole like reincarnation thing. I don't know if that's. It
I don't
could
see-
be.
and that's another-
It
I
might
can
not
buy
be.
into that,
I
though.
can buy into it, but
That's another form of energy though that I feel like is
Yeah.
like existent because when I die, my energy and
your soul.
my soul is still gonna live within Kylie, within my mom,
Yeah,
and my
yeah.
dad, and stuff like that. Hopefully, like obviously they go before I do. Like I'm not saying that I want anybody to die, but like you always want your parents to die before.
Yeah, I know
the
what you
younger
mean,
you.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And I feel like that energy always still is being carried, and like it influences what you do when you go forward without people when they die and everything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
You
Like-
definitely like carry on the torch kind of
yeah,
situation.
exactly. And like, I've always thought that religion, like me, mom literally just talked about this on like earlier today. I always thought that religion and spirituality are two totally different things because
Yeah.
you can be spiritual and have your line of beliefs and it can be your guideline for life.
Yeah.
But when you come into religion, like you were saying, Kylie, it feels more cultish.
Yeah.
There's so
it's
many
just
different
kinda
religions
gross.
across the world.
Exactly.
It's
It's
And
just
you get to a
icky.
point where you're like, I don't like you for that reason,
Yeah.
for whatever reason, because you like a different God than me, or you think that
Yeah.
your way of like religion is different from mine,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden now we're fighting over it.
Yeah.
Or now you're trying to use
Oh
it.
yeah,
or-
I mean like all the religion wars over the years and
Oh,
shit.
dude, it's fucking wild.
Almost like every war is based off religion. It's
and
ridiculous.
how like Trump is trying to weaponize religion right now
Yeah.
by using it as a way to like rile up his fan base or whatever.
Yeah.
Like as a black person, I know plenty of black people who are religious and believe in God the same way a white person does, but
Yeah.
because certain things don't align the same way, we argue over it, and somebody uses it in a way that's different from the way I would see somebody in a black community use it or
Yeah.
whatever. And I don't know, and I also hate like how people try to shove God down your throat. Like I don't think it's productive to like put up fucking banners on the side of the highways that said like that say stuff like if you don't believe you're going to hell
well,
or
the
shit like
Bible,
that, or
the
like
Bible does say like,
I
hey,
don't
convert
understand-
everybody.
I don't. Yeah.
But
it's
that's
weird.
fucked.
I don't understand what that's trying to accomplish though. Like billboards on the side of the highway that are like, if you don't believe in God, you're going to hell. Like, who do
I would say like
I see that.
it's not that I don't believe, but I really
I
kind
don't
of
believe
don't
there's a hell.
believe.
I don't believe there's a hell.
I there might be something. I don't know.
I think there's physical forms of hell. I think whenever your bills are due and you broke as fuck and you're hungry, that is a physical
that
form
I
of
feel like
hell.
we're living in hell.
right. And then you,
Yes.
and then like
2020 is hell.
and then you get your luxuries and stuff like that. Like say you hit the lottery, that is a form of heaven.
Yeah, yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. I find it
I just
interesting.
I've always just been more like a science person. Like I
Yeah.
Prove it to me.
exactly,
like
exactly.
that's what
Prove it to me.
agnostic is. Like it's not that I don't believe, but if you can't prove it, then I'm not gonna believe
I'm
you.
less likely to follow what
Exactly.
you're saying.
Like I can't. I'm not just gonna throw my faith into something like that.
Right, and
it's not physical. It's not really there. It's like
That's
why
the
I don't
thing,
like,
though, like-
that's why I don't like believing shit like Easter. Like you're not gonna
Well,
sit here and
that's-
tell me like that there's gonna be a second coming of like Jesus and shit like that, bro. Like
for the fucking
How long y'all been waiting for this shit?
2020th time.
right. And more than that, because all the BC and AD
Exactly.
days
Well,
and shit
well,
like
Jesus
that.
wasn't. That's what.
Well, yeah,
BC
before, yeah,
is.
that's right,
Yeah,
that's right,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
right. I sound stupid as fuck. You, how you gonna talk about
Bro, you gotta
religion? don't
steady
know
up
what the
on your religion
What's
classes,
wrong with
bro.
you, bro?
That's the thing though, like I hit a wall like somewhere in high school where I was just like, why the fuck? Like it took more out of me to constantly try and justify like the belief in a god that I was like, I feel more comfort from like science and facts. Like so
Exactly.
it takes too much energy from me to, and like that's
It's a
why
lot
I
of
have
what ifs.
that's why I have so much respect for people who are religious, because it's like you have gone through these trials and shit like that.
I think it's more of like a something. Just some people just need something to put their faith in,
Yeah.
so that they have almost. I wouldn't
A
say it's like.
routine. They have something
Yeah,
to like.
I wouldn't
Comfort.
say it's like a reason to like live or like not be scared or.
But it's like a
Comfort,
it's
exactly.
Like it's like a guideline to live your life by.
Yeah, yeah. And don't get me wrong, I think the Bible does have some good guidelines. Like obviously, don't go out and kill people, but
Right.
Yeah.
it also
Common
has
sense
its,
shit, though.
It's, yeah, exactly.
Treat people how you want to be
Exactly.
treated. Don't like pass judgment on other people and shit like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
And it's actually interesting that you mentioned about spirituality and how you feel more spiritual than you do religious. Because, like, I think there's, like, statistics saying, like, our generation specifically has more of a belief or...
you're good.
You're good. You're good.
okay, there's, like, vibrations or
No,
something.
no, you're
No, you're
chilling.
They relate more to, like, being spiritual. Like, it's statistic. Like, it's just how our generation, like, thinks
Yeah.
differently than generations previous.
I mean,
Because we're a lot more
we're
like,
more realistic.
and we're
Maybe.
more like, believe it or not, we are together more diverse. If that makes sense.
Yes, 100%. I feel like a lot
I
less.
don't know. It's catching up background noise from the house or something like
I
that.
know.
I think it might be
Is
like
it your computer, maybe?
It might be.
Fans?
Yeah, it's probably that. Literally talked about that same thing.
I know,
last
it's
week.
driving me nuts.
But yeah, it's one of those things where like you together you're more diverse in a way, because it's like our generation doesn't grow up under one umbrella of what we should all believe in.
Exactly.
Right.
We give each other the freedom to think, hey, you can believe what you want over here, and I'm okay with that.
And we just don't care.
Right.
Like, it doesn't affect us.
If it doesn't affect me,
That's the difference between, like, our parents and then us.
right.
Like, we just don't care
Right.
about anything that has to do with you. If
Exactly.
I don't really, like, it
It
doesn't
feels like
affect
a
me.
controlling factor.
It almost does.
It does. It feels like, and no offense to like any older listeners, but like,
We're already 25 minutes in, by the way. Feels like we've been
damn,
recording for like 10.
yeah,
For
it
real?
does.
Yeah, she's gonna go back quick.
It feels like generations previous want to like control the thoughts and actions and beliefs of the people around them.
Yeah.
And
Like-
it's just like, I mean, I want that, but I want that for people that I like maybe disagree with. Like, if you're racist or sexist or like
That's when you would want to.
homophobic,
Yeah.
I want you to see my fucking point
We'll
because
see-
I feel like
Because
human rights are important.
I'm gonna fix this. I'm gonna fix this for you right now.
Go ahead.
So, the reason why, in my opinion, that you shouldn't spend your time wanting and needing that from people is because, in my eyes, and a lot of other people's eyes, and in Cleveland's eyes, as a matter of fact, shit like racism is a mental fucking illness.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can't
yeah.
fix that.
that's true.
You can find ways to cope with it,
It's
but there's no way you can fix a mental illness.
it
as
really
something as
starts
like
with
racism.
like who you grew up with.
Yeah, definitely.
That's where it starts.
It starts off with who you grew up with and how susceptible the people around you were to being open to new ideas.
Yeah.
Because if you grew up with people that hardline
Closed-minded.
one fucking
One mindset.
nothing else, I'm gonna argue this to the death of me.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're probably, the chances are
That's
it's
probably
very
gonna be
little
you.
that you're gonna change your mind
Exactly.
on something else when you grow up yourself, like your experiences and stuff like that in life.
Yeah.
And if you do change it, it might be such a fucking culture shock to you.
Yeah.
Where you're just like you're completely fucked and you don't know what to think.
You're like, fuck
Right.
this, I'm going back.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But
I'm definitely gonna like try and like I'm not gonna push anything on my kid, but like
just let them have an open mind.
exactly. I'm not gonna like I am gonna teach him like, the core like shit. Obviously, like don't stab people with forks, but
That's why, like, I respect religion because I grew up Catholic, which is shit.
Yeah, Catholics
it's
don't
wild.
have like a really.
It's wild,
yeah.
but I grew up Catholic, and I feel like it's a good source of morality. Like, I feel like in terms of ethics,
like it builds your core values.
Yeah. Exactly.
And so that's not the wrong way to do it. But
And even in
I
my
won't be
religion, like growing
raising,
up, same thing.
Yeah, I won't be raising.
but I'm
my
not gonna go to
children-
church or nothing personally.
No, I won't be raising my children to be religious, but I think I can take the values that I grew up with and teach them that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
regardless of whatever religion they might want to be.
And it's not anything where we're just like, religion is like, you should never do that, or you should, like, you should completely refrain from doing that. If that's your way of you wanting to grow up, great. But you have to understand that there's people that out here that have like different opinions as yourself.
Yeah.
And you can't fault them for that. You
Yeah.
can't look at them and be like, oh, well, you're on the other side of the fence from me because you feel this way about whatever
Yeah.
God you think is in the sky or below or beside or coming back or whatever the case.
Now, in terms of if you say, like, any human being is, like, less than someone else because of a thing, like, if you're, like, homophobic, then I have a problem with you.
Oh, 100%.
Then I will fight you, probably.
I just hope my kid doesn't like grow up to be like
Gay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm
Shut
kidding.
the fuck
Oh
up.
my
Do what you
God.
want to do.
I mean-
do what you want to do.
I kind of would want my bloodline to continue.
100%.
You can
Wouldn't
have... Oh,
Think about it.
I feel it. Actually, I don't give a goddamn about
I mean,
that.
I
don't give a
It's his
fuck.
choice, and if he is, it's whatever. But personally, I would want my bloodline to continue.
Really?
Yeah, of
I mean,
You
I
care
would
about
too.
stuff like that?
but I'm not
definitely would
gonna.
too.
But I'm not gonna be like, no, fuck you. You can't do that.
My dad
But you
had
can-
2 girls.
If he wants to,
but
it's whatever.
like, I mean, I guess that's a last name thing. It's like when females get married, they take the
Last name's
Yeah,
Zoe.
well,
Male
I'm
name.
talking about like actual, like physical, like
blood.
blood. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, fair enough.
like DNA,
Fair
like-
enough.
Um.
But then, what if you have a female? Then you're
that's still blood.
Yeah.
yeah. But I'm saying like, oh, okay. But if both of your kids grow up gay,
Then so be it, dude. I guess.
then
So be it.
R.I.P. Curta bloodline.
Rip my bloodline, but it's all right, I guess.
No, I mean, well,
I don't know. It's just not something I ever really cared about. I never actually thought
it's
about it.
more about legacy for me. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
not that
that's
I
true.
have like something to uphold up yet, I guess, but like,
Yeah. Well, but if my kid would, or like 3 generations from now, if someone were to go back and look at the family tree,
I would hope that they'd
could-
appreciate.
They would
like-
see me.
Yeah.
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 I just feel like I don't give a damn about like blood. You know what I mean? Like if Okay.
Oh, I mean, if I adopt a kid, yeah, he's
That's what
definitely
I mean.
my kid. Like,
if
it's
you had
basically
a gay
blood.
son and they
Yeah,
adopted a
like-
kid, that's your grandkid.
Yeah.
Like that's that. Like I don't really think about it in terms of like
It's
blood
not like- yeah.
relation and not.
It's not like he's literally like.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like disown my kid because he's gay. It's like, okay, well, that sucks for me, but whatever.
I would probably love my kid more. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'd fucking beat my
In
kid.
some ways, yeah, you probably would love your kid more.
Yeah, probably.
'Cause I
Yeah,
feel like that connection between you and
he
somebody that's trying to
trusted you
figure
enough
out-
to tell you that or something.
Yeah,
like, that.
it's a lot of stuff for a kid to go through, especially like going out in society and understanding that like that's not the social.
That's
norm.
another thing though. Like I don't want my kid to have to come out to me. Like I don't want there to be that stigma of like heteronormativity, like being heterosexual,
You just
like
used a
being
lot of big
straight.
words.
Sorry. I don't want there to be that thing where you're like,
Yeah,
okay,
dumb it down.
straight is normal and gay is abnormal. I don't like
that's
that.
just gonna have to happen, honestly, because there's no
I mean, that's
changing that
that's
shit.
life, but I think that like you can raise a kid to like at least
To, like,
feel safe
Feel
enough
normal
at
about
home
it. Yeah.
to think, okay, like gay isn't abnormal. Like I don't like that. Like you shouldn't have to come out.
You know what was nice about being in LA?
What?
When we were in Santa Monica, we literally were like walking past like two men just like holding hands, and it like
Right.
it didn't feel like what the fuck is going
Yeah,
on.
it's
over there.
like if I see it in public, I'm not gonna be like, ugh.
I
I'm
definitely
just like, eh.
not gonna lie. 10 years ago, I would have had a different reaction because I
10 years
don't.
ago, I wouldn't have fucking remembered that.
My like the shit that we see and that is like normalized now is completely different from like how society was 10 years ago.
Yeah.
10 years
Oh,
ago,
yeah.
life
10 years
was
ago,
whole
you're calling
different.
people
Everything's
maggots.
Fuck
You're calling
Yeah.
people like
the F
Or,
word.
Eminem is like glorified and shit like that.
Oh
like,
my god.
What was the thing that people used to say? Oh, no homo. Like what the fuck was
homo,
that?
bro.
I'm not gonna lie.
No
I,
homo.
I still say that shit.
See,
You guys
listen,
still say no
listen,
homo?
Yeah,
listen.
say that shit.
Ugh, that's so ugly.
It's a bro
Sorry.
thing.
I don't say no homo. I say pause. Because no homo, I understand is like that's dead now.
But like for what?
It's one of those things where it's like
You're like,
you know,
Whoa,
let
whoa,
me
whoa, whoa, whoa,
let me
whoa,
give
whoa,
my
whoa, whoa.
homie a hug. No,
No homo is not dead.
to me it is.
All
like,
right, all right,
like
all right.
People
I
say,
won't say
like
it.
people get offended by that. That's
But-
like a big no.
Yeah,
I
it
mean,
kind of is.
maybe
But like
don't say it in
it's,
public,
It's
but-
literally no
If,
different.
if I'm kissing my homie goodnight, I'm gonna have to say no homo.
I'm so glad we're not
Just
homies.
gay.
I'm so glad
I
we're not
called you
homies.
homie yesterday.
Nope.
Goes, no.
Nope. Nope.
No, but like
I feel like that
Not even
when
on,
we say
like-
gay is like in the same line of no, like when we go
Gay.
yeah.
that's
It's the
why I
same,
get
like,
upset
stuff.
about that because I don't like that.
But it's one of those
Fucking
things where it's like
Gay?
it's but you still laugh though.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
you guys.
It's one of those things though where you look at like this is how I've always felt, and I know that like some people might get offended, but like even I've spoke to some gay people, like some of my like LGBTQ plus. I think I hope I said that
Openly
right.
gay people.
Like yeah, men and women.
Yeah, yeah.
And they even say the same thing. Is like I get that there's a part of life right now where they're still fighting for rights and stuff like that. The same way as like a black
Yeah,
man,
yeah.
I feel the same way, and there's certain jokes that I wouldn't run with. But I also feel like as black people and as gay people, there has to be a line where you can draw where it's like you want to be normalized so bad within like society, but if I'm sitting here with another black person
Okay.
and I go, damn dog, your nose is big as fuck, you probably can smell everything. That's a joke between me and that person.
Yeah.
And it's funny. It's fucked up because it's like saying something fucked up against him or whatever. But I don't mean any harm beyond it being just a joke between me and
You
you.
definitely know when someone has the right and the
Right.
wrong intention.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And like saying
Yeah.
like gay
Yeah.
or whatever when you say some like crazy shit or whatever, like say Chad goes, "Hey, dude's lips look juicy" or some shit like that. I ain't gonna say it. But say
Man,
Chad,
them
but
shits
say
are
Chad-
luscious.
but say Chad says that, and I go, "Oh, that's gay."
I'm not gonna be like, you call me
If-
gay, bro?
If Chad was a gay guy, like I wouldn't expect Chad to be like overly offensive because it's
Yeah.
like, it's just jokes.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
saying that a white person can just come up and be like, "Hey,
Exactly.
blah 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 racist stuff, and then be like, oh no, take it as a joke, bro. You want to be normalized so bad.
Yeah,
I'm kind of contradicting myself.
You definitely need to be careful with who you joke around with, and like obviously you don't just go up to random people in public and say some gay shit.
I mean, that's the same.
But
in the same breath, like if I'm at work and a coworker of mine says something to me, I work now in a store with 5 workers, and I am the only female worker. And so if one of my coworkers says something about me being a woman, I don't take offense to that. But if it was a customer to say something to me...
Because you guys are more close-knit now.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, if a customer said some sexist shit to me, I'd be
It'd be
like,
like, what the
excuse
fuck?
me. But if it was a coworker, it just depends on who it is
Depends
and
on,
what they're
depends
saying.
on how close that you are
Also-
to this
Exactly.
person.
Not only that, but it also depends on, like, you physically can draw a line with people that you're close with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even with you two, I have a line
Oh, of
where if
course.
y'all say some shit and cross that line, I'm gonna be like, all right, shut the fuck up.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
When Paige said the
Oh
N-word.
my god, Paige is not.
She has
We
no
almost
boundaries.
did we
Jesus.
scrap that episode?
No, I
No.
don't think so.
I think we just
we
edited
cut it
it.
out, yeah.
Oh yeah, we cut
Cut
it
it
out.
out
Okay,
or
cool.
bleeped it,
Yeah,
something
you
like
guys don't know about that, listeners. You don't know about that, but
Basically, we were recording a podcast and Paige said the N word, so it got weird.
Not
and
the
then-
hard R.
Not the hard R, but
But still,
but
she's
the-
not cool.
but to her, I'm not saying to her credit because it's not credit at all. She probably just didn't know because she's grown up around people that have allowed and enabled her to say
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah.
Which is a lot of things for like white people. To be honest with you, it's like that night we were at the bar and those people at the bar were saying the
Yeah.
N word with the A. They probably have never been checked by a black person before.
Exactly.
They've probably just been around people that have allowed them to say that, and they think that because they've grown up around certain people, it's okay to do that.
Exactly.
But it takes someone like me or somebody else to be like, yo, that's not cool. Maybe they're still saying it today, or maybe that really was the turning point in their lives where they're like, all right,
Yeah,
cool, I'm not
definitely.
going to say that shit again. But it still should take somebody to step up and go, hey,
Exactly.
fucking stop.
And that's why if you're white and you have a white person in your life who is racist or sexist or gross in any way, put your fucking foot down, because it really takes it takes a special type of person to be able to stand up for what you believe
Yeah.
and what you believe is wrong. And it's different when white people stand up against white people about racism. Unfortunately, I wish it wasn't, but it does. It matters, because if we're all white in this room and Chad looks around and he goes, oh, we're all white in this room, that means I can say something that's offensive towards black people because no one here is going to check me on it.
Uh-huh.
Check your fucking friends, bro.
Yeah.
Check your fucking friends.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
And it like kind of brings me to so Facebook has literally been like a
Shitstorm.
target practice, bro.
Dumpster
God.
fire.
Because like when I say target practice, I don't mean like physically shooting people, bro. Like I mean like
I fucking hope not. Yeah, just
it's actually a bad time for that joke.
No, that was a bad time, because there's literally like white people gun groups on
Yeah, no.
Facebook.
But
Blech.
so there's people that like I'm super close with that I've had to delete off of my Facebook, and it's even gotten to the point where I've like childhood like best friends like I've had to delete
Really?
their parents off and stuff like that, and like
because they're damn,
fucking Kylie's
man.
family members and stuff like that who actually give a shit
Oh.
about who have hung out with us
Yeah.
like on a personal basis last year and stuff like that, who I've had to like delete off my friends list because like they don't understand right now in like America isn't a good time for us to be like trying to pick apart how black people should be reacting to the bullshit that's going on in America. And I'm not trying to sit here and use this as a time to be like a victim,
Exactly.
but it kind of is like that.
Yeah.
And when I see people going online and I see them saying shit like,
Justifying.
hey, these people need to stop fucking rioting and they need to be at home and shit like
Peaceful.
that, and they need to stop throwing shit like putting all the energy to everything except what the actual cause
issue
of
is.
why we've gotten to this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so when I see shit like that, I'm like, I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, I can't engage with you because
I don't have.
if you haven't gotten it by now,
You're
I'm 26 and I'm talking about people that are
Exactly.
older than me. If you haven't gotten it by
You're
now,
never gonna get it.
especially knowing that if you're
you're
say, let's say you're
old.
40 years old,
Yeah.
you probably have witnessed some kind of segregation within like the world,
100%.
or you've had a grandparent who is directly involved
Exactly.
with like the segregated times
Like,
in America. And stuff
you've
like that.
had the time to realize and learn and gain the wisdom, and if you still haven't,
you
fucked.
don't want to learn.
You obviously just don't care or don't want to.
Exactly. And it's hard to, and I would literally like, anybody listening to this, do not, if it's not going to be a productive conversation, don't engage.
It's like one of those, what's that childhood rule? Fucking, if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all.
Don't say it all. Because I'm
That's
probably going to
so
cuss your
hard
ass
for
out.
people. That's so hard for people.
It really is.
What I
We're going to talk about those fucking black boxes too, bro.
Black
I got
boxes.
opinions on those black boxes. Those fucking Instagram
Oh,
black
the
boxes.
fucking
Yeah.
the posts. Oh.
so
As a black person,
Yeah, I saw
have
your story.
opinions on black boxes.
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah. What was I about to say? Oh, I also feel like it's very important, like I said earlier, as a white person, to use your privilege and to speak out against shit when you see it. I'm at the point where I don't give a fuck if we're family. Like, if you say some racist shit,
You made that clear in like episode 13, bro.
Facts,
yeah,
bro. Facts.
you're getting the block
Big
and the middle
facts.
finger.
Yeah,
like,
I mean, it's just fucked.
I
Won't lose sleep over
cannot.
it.
Exactly.
I can't. Like, I cannot.
It's almost like, why would I want that negative energy around me?
Exactly.
don't.
Especially, like,
Then we
This
gotta
is-
go. Then we
this
gotta
is-
be in the same room together. I know how you
Yeah,
feel about
fuck
me.
that
Like,
shit.
you know what I mean?
Fuck
Like,
that.
I don't even want that tension.
This is why I stay stress free.
this.
His motto. Your motto.
I stay stress free by blocking out the haters.
Like,
dude.
it's just, it's
good
terms
way to live.
of,
It's a good way to live.
it's terms of, like, ethics. Like, your ethics are not up here with mine.
It's
You
also
think
common
less
sense.
of people because of their skin color.
I feel like if you think
and
less
I can't
of
fuck with you.
of somebody like that because of that,
It's
You
yourself
it's a
are
mental.
less.
Trash.
It's a mental fucking
Illness.
like illness, bro.
it's fucked.
If color is the reason why you can't see past like human beings just being human beings, you have something fucked up and unwired in your head.
Oh, but this is what I was going to say with that. Just as important it is, as a white person, to stand up for what you believe to your fellow white people, I think it's equally as important to, like, I don't know, if someone close to me said something, and even if it's just one response on Facebook, just one comment, trying to enlighten them just a little bit. And it's not like I comment one thing and I expect them to, like, be on the
Oh, yeah,
other
you're
side
right.
of the spectrum
Right,
now.
right.
Like, that's never going to happen. But if I can at least plant a seed in your brain and maybe you think back on that for a week straight, like, if you're, like, thinking, like, damn, what she said is, like, powerful or true or this or that. Or even if you don't agree and you're just thinking about what I said,
Prime
that
example.
I succeeded. That's
Prime
it.
example. Our
Plant
friend,
the seed, ladies. gentlemen.
our friend Samuel from Facebook. When we first started talking to this
Sam
guy,
Nuge.
when we first started talking to this guy, great guy.
Yeah, I like that guy.
We did not see point of views at all.
Yeah.
they were equal, and
He's a libertarian.
what it
Libertarian.
what it takes
That's what
from
he
people
says.
like him and from people like us is the understanding. I said it. People like him. People like us. What do you mean, people like us? No.
What are you talking, right wing and left wing? Pretty
No,
much?
I mean, like, I would even consider. I mean, even him. He kind of described like how he is as a person. Like, to me, like, he's not the type of person where he's like he sees himself as one side,
Yeah.
and that's kind of how I see
Good
my
for
side.
him.
I honestly could see myself voting for a Republican in the future.
Oh yeah, it depends on like their point of views, what they're gonna do, and how like.
like I would.
I got
from
beef
now
with
on, I.
Republicans. I'm not gonna lie.
But see, that's the thing, though. Republicans and Democrats are just names,
I know.
Yeah.
and people like to associate themselves with those names
Groups,
because it's a group,
categories.
right? And
We love
that's
to categorize.
100%.
This is why race exists.
100%.
It's a social construct.
And what the thing I appreciate about Sam is that he's able to separate himself from both sides, see in the middle, and do it like I said I've been trying to do a lot more the last year. See both sides
See
of the
both
fence,
sides.
and
Yep.
take information, use the facts that you know, and move forward with that. And
Yep.
not judge, but like, kind of like determine how you're going to live your
Yeah.
life based off of that.
Yeah.
And make the number one thing about all this stuff is like you have to be willing to make changes on how you believe
Believe you.
and how you think, because when you know you're wrong, it takes a big person to admit that they're wrong, and also change their whole idealistic like rhetoric around
Right.
what they were thinking about a certain topic or whatever. AKA
Right.
if somebody comes out and they're like the most blatant racist, but they come hang out with me for a
Yeah.
day, and then I get called like the N-word, they may be like, dog, I've never honestly seen that happen to a black person
They
before.
don't even know. They haven't seen that side of the story.
Right.
Exactly.
But what pisses me off, going back to all the bullshit that's going on. I know we said this wasn't going to be a podcast full of this shit, even though we're 45 minutes into it.
Oh my
God
god.
damn, it's just been flying.
There is-
heated though.
I
We're
know,
heated
we are.
There's proof of this all over the internet.
everywhere, bro.
And yet people are doubling down on their bigotry, bro.
Yep.
That is the part where I'm just like,
Jesus.
I'm going to disengage. You can keep being what
Yeah.
you are, and I'm going to keep pushing for the right reasons.
Can I just say this to all my Republican
Racist. White mayonnaise motherfuckers.
Fuck off.
God damn,
I'm
no.
going to put the microphone back because I'm going to say something before you say it. Fuck you!
God damn. No, I
Y'all
just
some
mean
bitches.
Some motherfucking
there
bitches.
there is a spectrum of racism, and you might literally just be uneducated on how what you're saying is racist. If you say you don't see color,
That's
that's racist. And people don't get it.
I wouldn't full blown say that that's racist, but,
But
it's
it's
a
on the
lack
spectrum.
of it's a lack of understanding for
What that means.
not only for what it means, it's a lack of understanding for or a lack of care to want to see
The other side.
to like pinpoint the issues of one race.
Yeah.
If you say that, oh, I only see one race, we all got the same problems, we all go through bullshit.
That is
You're not
You're-
recognizing
you're not-
the fact that you have white privilege
Oh,
or
100%.
privilege in general.
100%. Or even as a black person saying that shit.
Yeah.
'Cause I've seen plenty of black people say, hey, we're one race, all life matters and stuff like that, and we all got the same issues and stuff like that. And they're disregarding, and it also really takes away from the fights that people have already fought for what we've gotten to
Exactly.
this day and how far we've gotten. The fact that we're able to sit here, you as a white person, you as a white person, me as a black person,
In
to
the
sit
same
here
room.
and be able to talk on the same podcast,
Yeah.
it's fucking amazing to me.
Yeah, it's truly amazing.
And I'll never take that for granted.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm not going to sit here and let a black person, like we just had a fucking incident, not an incident, but like a conversation with somebody in the past that's been on this podcast where they wanted to do a podcast from East Park Entertainment, but not want to have a white person from my team.
Yeah, it was like
on
a-
the panel or whatever. And hopefully he's listening to this because he wanted me to call him. There's nothing to conversate about after after the conversation and being hit with the short conversation being
Damn.
hit.
And I get both sides of that because I think that black representation matters, and representation in every category for people of color is trash compared to white people
I'm gonna tell you.
everywhere.
I'm gonna tell you.
So
one
I
thing
get
that-
it.
I'm gonna tell you the one thing that pissed me off about it, though, that
What?
it contradicts itself. I'm the type of person who thinks you can't sit here and say that you want full understanding from white people about how we feel as black people and not have a white person there.
Right.
Because just because we may record this podcast and there may be a room full of black people on the podcast and
Yeah,
not a
yeah.
single white person, does not mean that you're enticed to fucking click on it once it's posted.
That's
as
very
a
true.
white person.
Exactly.
So honestly,
Well,
I think it pushes the
it's better than
agenda a lot better when you're able to have somebody who is a different race than you
Yeah.
sit down with you so you can bounce questions back and forth. So like if you have a
It
question,
shows like the people like just how to get along almost.
no, yeah, but like if you have a question, it gives me the opportunity to say, hey,
Address
all right, cool.
exactly what you're thinking.
Right. So if you say, hey, why does it? So let's just say that you come to me and you go, why is it that people say all Black Lives Matter instead of all lives matter? Shouldn't all lives matter? And then I can, instead of getting pissed off at you,
Yeah.
like how people on
We can
social
sit
media
down
do, we
and
can
have
sit
a
down and
legit conversation.
and somebody else listening to the podcast can learn from it.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely.
Instead of just yelling in violence.
Exactly. And it sucks that it has to be such a one side thing, but that's the thing I love about this podcast is that for one, I'm never going to leave, and vice versa. I expect the same from you guys, leave you guys and you guys leave me behind on some other project or whatever we do on this shit is the stuff
Together.
that we're going
Hell
to do
yeah,
together.
dude. We're a
Definitely.
team.
Definitely.
For sure.
But basically, I wanted to say, before Zay cut me off. No, I'm just kidding. It was very well said. What I wanted
I just
to say,
got done
though,
fucking praising y'all, and you going
Praising y'all and shitting on.
no, basically, what I want to say to my Republican counterparts.
Oh damn, you're back there.
Oh my.
Yeah,
You tried
that's-
starting this like 10 minutes
Yes,
ago.
I know. That's you fucking went off on a tangent. I was just like,
It happens.
go ahead.
Sorry.
No, but basically, what I want to say, I understand where you're coming from.
In what
when
aspect?
you say,
Okay, you're getting there. I'm gonna shut up.
"Shut the fuck up."
Yeah, you ready to square up?
I understand what you mean when you say that people's businesses are being destroyed. Okay, I'm referring to looting, rioting, and the Black Lives Matter. You know
Continue.
the thing.
BLM.
Okay, you know the thing that's happening. Okay, I understand when you say that people pour their life savings into their business, their small business, their whatever. Okay, I get it. That sucks. That people's businesses are being ruined, that they've poured their whole life savings into. That sucks. You know what sucks more?
Dying.
A black man died.
I mean, anybody dying.
Along with every other black man and woman that has ever died. Like, along with everyone that has ever died. I think it's fucked up, and I cannot deal with people who discount the entire movement because someone's business got looted. I don't give a damn about that business until you give a damn about George Floyd and everyone else. I just think it's disgusting.
I have seen like small businesses that are owned by black people that have been.
That
See,
sucks.
that's literally what I'm about to jump on.
That sucks, but it's no one died. Like,
And it's sad that like we literally have to sit here and point out that comparison, like death or looting. because
products
it's like,
do not equal human lives.
and that's true.
Money
So-
does not equal human lives.
But this is what it's gotten to now. In the beginning, in the first like 2 days of all this like rioting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I, as much as anybody, was like, I was completely for it. I was like, bro, fuck everything up. At
I
this
still am
point,
for it, to be
fuck
honest.
everything up.
I don't give a damn.
Anything that is
Fuck that
corporate,
shit up.
anything is corporate. Let me be clear on this. Anything is corporate. Fuck it
Definitely.
up.
Definitely.
Police
They don't
stations.
give a
I'm
damn.
glad you made the distinction.
Police stations.
They don't give a damn.
Fuck them up.
They don't give a damn.
Whatever it,
About you.
anything.
Yeah.
But now it's gotten to the point where, all right, we've gotten that point across. Those first 2 days, I was the reason why I was saying that is because in the past it's been peaceful. It's been you guys are gonna listen to us, and you haven't. Not you guys, but
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
people.
racist white people. And it's like you guys haven't listened to us, and nothing's changed.
True.
You guys are mad because we got your attention.
Exactly.
You guys are
This is-
you guys are upset
Yeah, go ahead.
because the whole world is watching us and having compassion for the most part for
Yeah.
what's going on, and it takes away from what gets you guys hard at the end of the night.
Right.
It's gotten to a point now though where it's being used in a manipulative way where people who have no intentions, good or bad, for George Floyd or anybody else who died, and they're taking advantage of the situation where they're going to be like, all right, well, we're going to go just loot shit for for
I
our
was actually
benefit.
going to bring that up. I was like, well, what if people are just using it as an excuse to go steal shit?
That right there, I will never stand for.
Look, so I get that, and I know that it happens, but I feel like the majority of it isn't that.
I do.
Okay.
I honestly
Well,
do
okay.
because you notice the difference between day and night.
Yeah.
And you notice the difference between like how like all in the daytime and stuff like that. Well, now at least in the first couple of days it was kind of fucked up because anything goes in the day or night.
Yeah.
But now more so, and the police have kind of cotton on to this, and I honestly like really want to like say they're doing a great job because they've kind of caught on to the fact that at nighttime when they're still like peaceful protesting, people use those crowds to hide themselves.
Yeah.
And then go do some fuck shit and then jump back in the crowd and act like they're still,
Peaceful.
hey, let's rep Black Lives Matter and stuff
It's
that.
like a cover or like.
And so I think that
think there's
having those
definitely-
curfews have helped out because it weeds out who's supposed to be home, who understands like, hey, I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna stay home
Yeah.
for the curfew, but tomorrow I'll be back out.
I think there's definitely people who take advantage and who are gonna like. I mean, you see pallets of bricks showing up. I think there's definitely interference, and that's fucked up. But I disagree with you in the fact that shit gets done.
Wait, what do you mean?
What do you mean?
So, like, just rioting in general. Like, it helps shit to get done. Like, rioting is why women have the right to vote, or why the civil rights movement has happened, or any. It's the reason why fucking
America
exists. I mean, America literally split from England
It was a giant
because
riot.
of riots. And so I think you can't discount how successful riots are. Shit gets broken, but like you have to stand up for what you fucking believe. And on that note, this is the largest civil rights like movement ever. It's like all 50 states and among all
It's definitely
these countries.
the longest too.
That is a very good point. Like, because like, there's no
Yeah, it
way
is.
like back in like the 1800s that like people weren't burning shit down.
Yeah.
Like people were definitely burning shit down
Yeah.
because the shit was so serious.
I mean, we're so like. Basically, all I want to say is it's successful. Like, it's as widespread as it has ever been, and
See, it's overseas,
shit gets
bro.
Done.
Yeah.
Like they're
Shit
fucking
gets
like
done.
protesting in London and
Damn.
yeah,
other fucking countries
All
like that
over.
and stuff, and it's great to see. But I feel like now we've gotten to a point and to move over to these fucking black boxes. This is the stuff that this is the kind of thing that I don't get. So on Tuesday they came up with a hashtag on Instagram where it's like Blackout Tuesday.
Okay.
First of all, before we actually get to Tuesday, where was the organization of gathering this information for Blackout Tuesday? Because I woke up personally on Tuesday and saw all these black boxes, and I was like, and I've been,
Yeah.
Kylie knows, I've been watching a shit ton of like news, like too much news lately.
I feel like it almost just spread like like a meme does.
Yeah,
Like,
and
oh,
there was no
I
like,
saw my friend do it, so I'm gonna do it.
there's no centralized like person that goes, hey guys, we're gonna on Tuesday do this movement or whatever.
Yeah.
I personally never saw that. If it was something like that, they did a horrible job of promoting it.
Well, I think there's always behind the scenes things going
It
on.
shouldn't be. If it's something this big and this important, that should never be behind the scenes.
I mean-
you need to get some of the people that are your biggest protesting
Activists.
Activists. Thank you. You need to get some of your biggest activists to be talking about this stuff, so it's actually out in the open, so it actually has a purpose, and the people that aren't as like knowledgeable about what the situation is can actually participate in a way where it actually helps.
Yeah.
So apparently the Blackout Tuesday thing was where you were supposed to put the black picture on your Instagram, the hashtag Blackout Tuesday, not Black Lives Matter, and basically post information about like how you can help, donations, information about what you can do to move forward and stuff like that, and how to help out and shit.
Yeah.
And to like promote black businesses and just help people get back on their feet. If there's people in jail, promote like who can help them get bailed out and stuff like that. Shit like that. That's great. I believe that that's a good thing. It's not productive because in the grand scheme of things, because now what you have and what happened was a bunch of people that were completely silent about everything posting the black box as a participation ribbon saying, oh yeah, I
care.
go
about
black people. I care about the movement and
I
shit like
see
too.
what you're saying.
But they're not buying anything from any black businesses. They're not out walking. They're not doing anything that involves pushing the narrative on social media or out in public. They're just using it literally as a participation ribbon saying, I care.
I care. I see where you're coming from.
And it gives people
Although-
like wait. It's too light of a thing where it's like it takes 3
too
seconds
easy.
to do,
too
and you
easy.
move on with your fucking life.
Yeah.
My solution to that, challenges are a huge thing on social media. You get on TikTok, people doing like whatever dance challenge.
Oh, okay.
People doing like the hold your breath challenge.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I'm just
yeah.
making shit up
Yeah.
right now. Something more productive would have been like
The cinnamon challenge.
the cinnamon challenge, which we still need to do on this podcast.
Facts.
No.
next week.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm fucking down. Hell yeah.
A more productive thing, in my opinion, would have been I'm just gonna. And I named this online, or whatever. But it's kind of cheesy, and kind of straight to the point, kind of cliche. But like the conversation challenge, where say, all right, so me and you have an issue.
Okay.
I could text you,
Yeah.
call you, or maybe we could even meet up in person. And at the end of this, we'll take a picture or something like that and post it online and say, hey, we're on good terms.
So
I come to you, and instead of arguing about the things that we disagree on, let's have a conversation about everything else except the shit that what we disagree on. Because what happens there is, if say you're a Trump supporter,
Okay.
and I don't support Trump.
Okay.
Me and you can find common ground and understand each other a lot better, so where we can look at each other and go,
I mean, you can find other things in common too.
Right.
It's not like it's just like, oh, you're completely different than I am. Like, you don't even
because
know
of
me.
Because
of one thing that I don't agree on you.
And I think that cheers.
Like,
Cheers.
I mean, you could play
I'll drink to
baseball
that.
and I could play baseball, and that's
And we
all
would-
it takes.
and we would get
That's
along
all it
like a
takes.
motherfucker.
Exactly, dude.
And I even have a friend like that, Nick Scotch dude on Facebook. He is a hardcore Trump supporter. But in every other aspect of life, me and him get along. And it's one of those things where I know for a fact you're not
That
racist.
one was strong.
I like those orange ones.
It's like I know for a fact that you're not racist, because me and you can get along on everything else. And you will. He even does things where he supports black people in certain other aspects of life.
I mean, I don't understand how you can support Donald
I don't
Trump
either.
and not be racist.
Me personally, I don't either.
But that's just me.
But
I think it's gross.
I feel like that's a more productive way of pushing things along, because it shows each other like we don't have to dislike each other and it be defined off of one thing, because me and you probably have 99 other things in common that we can actually.
Oh, you
respect
pay
each
bills?
other.
Oh, dude, so do I.
You struggle like me?
Fucking yeah.
Like, fucking like, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people in the South are poor. They don't have means to like the things that people in bigger cities have, and stuff like that. And they have a shit ton of things in common, even though someone in Alabama could really want to just like lynch the fuck out of a black person.
That's
Oh
why
my God.
white people literally don't believe that white privilege exists. Because how can white privilege exist, but still I am living a shitty life? I'm poor or I'm struggling.
Because they're looking at things in a very micro,
confined way.
Exactly.
lens.
You're not looking at the fact that you have a less likely chance of being pulled over. Like
Not
the
only that,
most
but,
simple
like,
thing.
Me and you may be poor together, but you have a better chance of not being poor
Not
in the
being
long
poor.
run.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yes.
Statistically.
Or, better example, if me and you go stand at a fucking bus stop by ourselves,
Exactly.
I got a chance to have a gun pulled on
A
me.
fucking shotgun pointed
Right.
at you. Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I just can't imagine. That's why I just feel so like passionate about this shit, because I like it sickens me, and I just can't understand like how you cannot be behind this. I don't know what it is.
And how you can, bro, like, I've learned so much from, and I don't know. This is one of those things where like, I probably shouldn't tell about this, because my mom's gonna be like, "What the fuck?" Bro? But like, growing up in South Carolina, when I would get a girlfriend,
Okay.
and I would go back to like my family member's house, and like they'd be like, "Oh, how you been? You got a girlfriend or anything like that?" I'd be like, "Yeah." First question, the very first question. I promise you that a lot of black people in the South can relate to this. The very first question after I say I have a girlfriend, what color is she?
Damn.
Growing up, I would get, like, even as a kid, and I didn't hang around like white kids like growing up, because like I was in South Carolina, we were in like a predominantly
A
black like
neighborhood.
neighborhood. Even as a kid, I looked at that situation, and I was like, when I was asked that question, I was like, why does it matter?
It doesn't, man.
It doesn't. But
It does kind of.
nowadays, I can understand why, because in this climate, Sadie, come on,
Oh
goddamn.
my gosh. You're fucking shaking off the steroids, dude.
Ah, nice
In
callback.
this climate, if I have a kid who's black,
Yeah.
and he dates a white girl, and he goes over to that white girl's house,
Oh.
I want to know what's going on.
What's going on?
Not because like
Bro.
against him being over there,
Yeah.
but because
My
I
kid
don't
might
know.
be in danger.
I've literally had
Literally.
girlfriends whose parents were racist.
Oh my god.
So how do I know that my kid's not being put in a situation where, what the fuck, bro? Where are you going?
I'm about to go take her damn collar
Oh.
off. So she stops.
But yeah, I don't know if like I'm letting my kid go into a situation where like they might get fucked up,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want my kid in that situation. That's kind of, whew.
and like I'm more understanding of like why those questions were asked now. Still
Yeah.
fucked up
Yeah.
because it shouldn't. Those are the questions
Those
that shouldn't
shouldn't
have
have
to
to
be
be
asked.
asked. But
Right.
I
But
understand.
I can understand it exactly.
Where's Nikki?
Who, Sadie? Dude, like, but this, like I said, this whole racism thing is like, it's so easy to fix. It's so simple. Don't fucking just don't dislike people with different
Just
colors.
don't dislike
Black people don't like. They're not indirectly direct with. I'm sorry, not indirectly direct. That made no sense. They're not like tied with like violence any more much as like a white person or.
I feel like
Inherently.
white people are probably more violent. Probably.
they shut up fucking schools.
You were gonna say so.
I ain't never heard of a black dude going, I'm gonna shoot up the school tomorrow.
Never.
Because his mom
I
will
fucking-
beat his ass.
Yeah, for real.
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah.
Fuck.
You say it's like easy to fix. I think on like a personal level, it's easy to look at yourself and be like, what the fuck am I doing? Like, why do I think this way? I think that's maybe easy. But systemically, it's not. It's fucked up. It takes so much. I mean, how many years has it been since like
since March,
the civil rights movement?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And people are still treated unfairly in every aspect. People are still being killed unfairly everywhere, all the time. Like, it's just sick.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This whole like situation that's going on has actually kind of made me a little bit more nervous about like when we went to that restaurant yesterday. I was the only black person there for like a good first half of the time.
I feel like
eating.
our area personally is a pretty decent area.
Yeah,
in
for sure.
terms of like, you know,
for sure
that kind
acceptance
of
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like when you go out to like we were in Barberton last night, which isn't exactly the most like black area, but it's also not like 100% white.
Yeah,
either.
yeah, yeah.
But I was the only black person at the restaurant, and like when I walk in, like I'm not
Yo-
saying that like people, I'm not trying to like be full of myself where I'm just like everybody's looking at me, but like
But it's
You kind of feel
you kind of
that
feel
way.
weird. You
I
know
know
what I
what you
mean?
mean.
And I like shit. Like all right, so my plate was the only plate left on the table, and I was still eating off of it.
Okay.
And the guy that wasn't our waiter, like, he probably was just a bus boy or some shit
Yeah.
like that. He kept coming over my table asking like every 5 minutes, like, "Are you done with your
What the
plate or
fuck?
whatever?" And I like it got to the point where I had to look at him like with a smile and be like, "No."
Oh my god. Like, no, bro.
Like, leave me alone.
Fuck off.
And in my mind, it makes me think, are you just doing this
trying to
because
rush
I'm
me
black?
out. Yeah.
Damn.
Probably not. Maybe I'm just being weird about it. But the climate of like what's
Everything
going on in
What's
the
going
world
on recurrently, it makes you have
really
that second thought.
fucks with me, right?
Damn, man.
And I know that other people in the world have this same fucking feeling when they're like in a room full of white people, which I could see why a white person would maybe look at a black person and be like, "Oh, well, I feel uncomfortable around you," because I still have those same feelings the opposite way. But
It's a lot of unknown.
it is a lot of unknown, and this is where I think that things like those black boxes are pointless because, like I said on Tuesday, it was Black Box Wednesday or Tuesday or whatever.
Blackout Tuesday?
Yeah, Blackout Tuesday, and then but the very next day was White
Whiteout
Wednesday or something like that.
What the fuck?
All this shit does is say, all right, well, on this day, our group we're gonna be
Pop
on this
off.
side, and but then the people the next day are gonna be like, well, since you guys did that, we're gonna do this over here.
Hold up, you saw people actually posting Whiteout Wednesday shit?
Yes.
Did you
What?
fucking block them?
No, this was like I searched the hashtag just to see what the fuck it was because it was trending on Twitter.
Oh my
Oh, it makes me
god.
wanna-
Cool thing
barf.
about this is people that are into K-pop.
Okay. I know what you're talking about, yeah.
There's a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
God.
And what they did was they took over the hashtag.
Hell yeah.
And
Oh,
so when
damn.
you search up Whiteout Wednesday, it's just a bunch of K-pop and anime and stuff like
That's
that.
good then.
Good.
Yeah, so they were actually down with the cause. They were like, we're not going to let you guys spew this white racist shit. We're actually
Yeah.
going to take over this hashtag and make it something that has nothing to do with white people.
That's cool.
Right.
But I mean, like, it's one of those things where like it just segregates people more because it's like, all right, you guys are doing that over there. All right, we'll wait till tomorrow. We're gonna do our thing over here.
Yeah, I
Okay.
see what you mean about that.
Those are the kind of things. It's like it's almost more divisive.
Yeah, I feel like a couple ways about it. Like I agree with you, but at the same time, like I said earlier, like if you can plant the seed in how many people's heads, like social media is a super powerful thing. Like if I have 4,000 followers and I post a thing, and it's got a reach of however many people, at least it got to those people. Like that's all that I can do as a person.
See,
is
this
that
is-
it got to those people. I see the adverse effects that you've said. Like I totally get that. And I don't think maybe Blackout, what was it?
Blackout Tuesday.
Blackout Tuesday is like the most successful way to reach what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
Like I think smashing store windows is probably more effective.
it's more effective because it's like it's in your face.
Get
It's
your
uncomfortable,
attention. Yeah.
and like you said, it definitely gets your attention.
Yeah,
You're
like-
mad because
Exactly.
it's gotten to this point.
Yeah.
Fuck, I shit my toes. Oh my god. What the fuck? I'm in slides and everything, dude.
And you look so comfy today.
I'm chilling.
joggers,
I'm big
in the
chilling,
slides.
dude.
Big
I'm
chilling.
Big chilling.
So Cedar Point was supposed to open.
Oh my. Just like out of nowhere. So Cedar Point was supposed to.
Cedar Point was supposed to open, and the governor of Ohio actually didn't list amusement parks as a list of things to reopen on June 10th. And
Honestly, it might be a good thing.
Kings Island is actually suing.
What?
I think the government or some shit. They're suing.
Well, they
somebody.
won't win. It's the government.
They got a good case. We're opening gyms, but you can't open a fucking amusement park.
I mean,
Their excuse is gonna be too many people, just like always.
that's hella people, and people are on and off them rides, touching.
So
everything.
yeah, like
Are
they
supposed
touch
to
stuff. It's
sanitize all
sweaty. It's hot out.
all the rails. Every
Although
5
to
minutes?
be fair, coronavirus only lives for 10 seconds in heat. So
What?
you guys didn't know that.
All right, so you mean to tell me that I get it, First Amendment right? You have your right. You have you have your ability to come together as a group and
Yeah,
protest.
yeah.
I get it, no problem with it. But during a pandemic, if there's any reason why the police should be separating groups of people, it should be for this fucking coronavirus, right?
Yeah. That's not why though.
I mean, come on now.
I hate this country.
On one hand, you got people trying to stand up for police brutality.
Yes.
Round of applause.
Yes.
But
Also,
they're putting
wear a
they're putting a
mask.
shit ton of people in harm's way.
Exactly.
If anything, we should be
Coronavirus.
separating people for that. But because I don't think coronavirus is to this point is as
As serious?
big as and serious as
Yeah.
it claims to be, doesn't seem like really the government gives a shit about it anymore. You don't see any more of the press conferences on TV from the big government people, stuff like that, and scientists saying.
I mean,
about it.
obviously it's still around and people are still wearing masks, but like it's all what's in the news, man. And right now what's in the news is some
It's bullshit.
Some bullshit.
It is. It definitely is.
What are we at?
An hour and some change.
What?
Hour and 12 minutes. You want to wrap it
God
up?
Damn. Yeah, I guess we should.
We might do another episode later this week to do like a open
Zone.
A little
open
bonus.
conversation.
Ooh, oh yes.
I know we talked about it like last week and like earlier this week. We're kind of late recording this week because
Hey,
life
let's
happens.
do this.
Life.
Let's do this. If you guys are okay with it, we'll do a bonus episode this week.
Okay.
We will have, if you're listening to this and you have,
What the
fuck
fuck?
was that?
Kylie swears there's a ghost in here.
I
what the
swear,
fuck was that?
I swear that
I
it was
don't
over
That was
there.
a ghost. Ghost.
I could have
No,
sworn.
I knocked my iPad off the arm of the
Oh,
chair.
you scared the shit out of me, bro.
Zay's actually the ghost.
Probably.
No, random shit just falls in here. all
Yeah,
the time.
yeah,
bro,
yeah.
all the fucking time.
No, you guys were telling me about it. It's
Yeah.
fucking Jesus.
Nothing's
Okay,
falling
so
intense though. But go
here's the
ahead.
thing. Hold us accountable because life is hard right now. We are going to have a bonus episode. If you're listening to this and you feel some type of way, you want to share your opinions and this and that,
Let us know.
we're going to have a call-in episode. Okay? And I want to hear from a lot of people because I know you got people that want to call in. I
Yeah.
have people that I would like to hear their opinions.
Yeah. And even if you, Chad, you know anybody that like wants to speak in the conversation or whatever, wants to speak in or whatever, just hit them up or whatever and let them know like, hey,
What's a good
Of
day for
course.
you guys?
And even-
Sunday, maybe?
Sunday's fine with me.
Sunday?
Sunday.
But- Even if it's not, we'll figure
I'll
out
have
time.
to, I'll have to look.
We'll
Okay.
figure
I
out
don't
time.
I have to check my schedule.
It's
Yeah,
one of those things where
literally.
like, even if we don't see eye to eye, let's
I work
talk.
Sunday.
Huh?
I work Sunday.
What?
Yeah.
Oh shit, Sundays suck.
Yeah, I know. Dude.
Let's have a conversation about it so that we can come to a middle. Like that's the one thing about this podcast is great. We sit here and have a conversation, and just like earlier, Kylie, me and you didn't agree on something, but there's no bickering. You shared how you felt. I shared how I felt.
Yeah, exactly.
And you kind of just see it for what it is, and you move on.
Yeah, I mean,
But here's the thing. Don't come on this bitch spewing some racist bullshit.
you'll get.
I'm gonna give
fucking-
you the heat, bro.
You'll
Because
get
I will fuck
roasted,
you
bro.
I'ma give you
will
the heat.
get absolutely blasted.
Yeah, for real, bro.
I just want y'all to
Don't
know,
do that shit.
I make it a point to, like, if you come on some sideways shit, I find it like a sport.
I will make you look as
I
dumb
love,
as
dude,
possible.
arguing with people and like using logic and facts just to like prove every point that they have wrong
It's
is
like
so
a sport
fun.
to me.
Satisfying.
It's so fun.
It's my favorite pastime.
yeah, for real.
It's like it really is a bad addiction of wanting to be right sometimes,
Yeah.
but it's more so wanting to get the right information out
so that they know.
so that not only they know, but like Kylie said, plant the seed.
Exactly.
And also to teach somebody else who's listening.
Exactly.
If you come on here and you're even on the spectrum as
Every time you say spectrum, I just think of like
spectrum.
Internet.
like well, not that. I was thinking more
Autism?
like autism.
Oh,
Yeah.
damn.
Like
No, if you're on the racism spectrum, I will make you look like such a dumb fuck. Not like, even if I'm just educating you, maybe I don't even mean to make you look like a dumb fuck. Maybe you're like, oh, well, I don't see color. Here's the reasons why that's problematic. Maybe you didn't know. Maybe I'm planting a seed, or maybe I'm just gonna try and make you look like a fucking dumbass. I can do both. I don't give a damn.
Yeah, I don't know. We've like since me and Kylie been together, like at least that shit is fucking goddamn motherfuckers
Bikes.
riding their bikes outside, bro.
Oh my
Dirt
God,
bikes and
scared the
shit?
shit
Yeah, bro,
out
they
of
do
me.
it all the time.
I was like,
bro.
what the fuck?
I think it was coming up quick, wasn't it?
I was like, wait, I thought your dead ass your house was about to start
I
shaking
know,
like
right?
earthquake, bro. In Ohio?
me and Kylie, like since we got together, have the one thing that I really like appreciate about our relationship is that when we're engaged in a conversation with like somebody else,
Yeah.
like if she's in a conversation with somebody on Facebook or if she's like having an actual real life conversation or whatever, me and her bounce ideas off, and like we're not afraid to say, hey, I see how they actually feel. You might be a little wrong. You know what I mean?
Oh,
Like,
damn.
no, like in a positive way though, because it's,
Yeah, you're not
it's-
like it's not like you're like yelling at her like you're a fucking retard.
not at all. And like
Not like that at
one
all.
It's one of those things where like I can look at Kylie and be like, hey, you probably shouldn't approach this way because I can kind of see where the conversation is going. I can see where they're gonna get you next.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
holes.
playing checkers
Yeah.
almost, not chess, checkers. Because arguing is pretty much dumb, and we're able to like steel sharpen steel type of thing or whatever. Where it's like I know something a little bit more that she may not know of, so I'm gonna give her this information so she can use it to go teach somebody else, or
Yeah.
vice versa.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah,
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's been really nice because like then me and her break off and have really good conversations about like whether it be like racial issues in America or like
We do have good conversations.
and it's I've personally
Educational.
never had that in a relationship before where I like can actually learn something constructive as fuck
Yeah.
Woo!
from
I teach.
my significant other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like and usually when you know you try to teach somebody else something that they don't know or something they're arguing with somebody else about or even arguing with you about, it kind of gets combative.
Yeah.
And for the most part, me and her are able to keep it like it does get heated sometimes because we're both passionate fucking people about what we believe in.
Yeah, for real.
But after a while, we'll sit back and realize, and like, first of all, you have good intentions for me. I have good intentions for you. I would never tell her something that is going to hurt her in the long
Yeah,
run.
yeah.
And you know, I know that she wouldn't do it for me either. It's one of those things where like I look back and I'm just like, all right, well, I still definitely have some learning to do.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never can say I know everything on this topic. I may know a lot,
Yeah.
but she can still teach me something that I didn't know before.
Yeah, here's the thing, kids. College isn't completely useless. If you go to college, make sure you find something that you really want to learn about. Don't go for some dumb shit. Also, like sociology classes, race and gender classes can be super useful for teaching your foes about racism
Your foes.
and sexism.
Fucking
So,
slay your foes with
So-
logic.
you know, yeah. It might not be completely useful all the time. Some degrees are fucking shit. But if you're gonna go, you better learn something.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Yeah.
this has been the Minority Report.
Minority Report.
That was actually a TV show.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
really?
A TV show or like a kind of show on like TV or radio or something like that. But yeah, we're gonna try to see if we can bust out a bonus episode.
Bone Zone, if we were TMG.
Bone Zone.
I've been
Bone
so close to.
Bone
Bone Zone.
Zone.
I've been really close to actually just hopping on the mic by myself, but like I'm not sure how that would go. Just me talking to like a
It's
mic.
Just
hard.
talking to nothing, dude.
It's
Yeah.
hard. That was me that texted y'all.
Okay. And fucking
I think it's hard to keep conversation by yourself, bro.
Jesus Christ. Kylie just texted us the fucking
all the titles, yeah.
That's my job. My job
I don't know.
title is title maker.
Title.
Maybe I will pop in and get some shit off my chest or whatever one day, but we definitely want to try to get
Yeah, we
a
definitely want to do a bonus
bonus episode where it's like an open conversation where you guys can call in, your voice can be heard, you can get whatever you want off your chest.
Let's fucking do
And,
it.
you know, just try to like be like
ready for us to go the fuck off. I'm just kidding.
Just fucking blast you with facts,
Yeah,
bro.
first of all, you bitch.
Have your shit thought out. Don't call us on some racist shit or some.
Okay, let's actually have a constructive conversation.
Yeah, let's definitely have a constructive conversation.
Sure. For sure.
And I don't know, engagement is good.
Yeah.
Engagement with your followers and that. So definitely tune in for that. We'll be able to post things on our Instagram, East Park Entertainment, Facebook page, our personal Instagrams. You know the deal.
Yeah,
Rate,
and
subscribe, follow.
rate, not rate.
Yeah.
Rate.
Oh my god. Rate, follow, subscribe, share, like.
Chad's always the best at that.
Yeah, he is.
Just like
Dude.
going through the list of shit.
Yeah, he does. He
Exactly.
does it so good.
Yeah. And yeah, we'll definitely check back in with you guys and keep things going or whatever, because I don't know, there's a lot of stuff going in the world, a lot of stuff to
We'll
talk
keep
about.
you updated.
Shit's important, unfortunately. I wish I
Yeah.
could tune this bitch out. I'm tired mentally. But it's
am
important
tired.
to know what's going on. And it's 2020, so presidential election, November.
Facts. Vote.
Go fucking vote.
Can I just say something?
I'm gonna pause the
That's fucking funny.
Can I just say something real quick?
yeah.
If 2020 was a car, it would be like literally a
Go on.
If 2020 was a car, I'd say like a fucking Nissan Altima or some shit.
it would definitely be a Nissan Altima.
Wait, why? Why am
Bro, it would be like a 06 Nissan Altima, bro.
God. That's exactly what it would be, dude.
Fucking frame rusted out. You got stains in the
my
seats.
No,
God.
it'd be a Ford Ranger.
Oh my.
Don't sleep on the
God.
Ford Rangers, bro. Those motherfuckers will run.
I know they'll run, but like this shit is running. This year has just been
It's
chugging
going by,
along.
bro. It's going by pretty quick. You gotta
It's
think.
June.
You gotta think. There's been something for damn near every month.
It's June.
January, we had the
Australia has
fires.
fires.
February, end of January,
I fucking
February.
forgot about the fires.
Right. It seems like it was like
Yeah,
last year, right?
literally.
Years ago.
February, end of January, Kobe Bryant died.
Yeah.
February, March, April, May, coronavirus.
Coronavirus fucking hit.
This bullshit racist shit lately.
What the fuck
Alien.
is
J.R. Smith whooped somebody's ass.
We saw a UFO.
We did?
Not we did. I'm saying they saw a UFO or whatever.
Some
I never heard about
unidentified
Didn't
aircraft.
somebody like?
Oh, that shit's always going on, dude.
No, not somebody
what you're
saw
talking- I know
a
what you're talking
UFO,
about. They- yeah,
but
the-
somebody confirmed
The
that-
military or something
Yeah,
like that.
something.
Yeah, but that was from years ago or something like that. They just now
Yeah.
released the video. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
I thought
they
that was current.
probably have aliens in cryogenic sleep chambers at this point,
Maybe.
up in Area 51 or something.
All right, wrap this shit up, y'all.
All right, guys. My name is Xavier.
My name is Kylie.
This is Big Juicy Lips, and we'll see you guys on the next one.
Oh my God! Don't take it away.